Good. So in this session, we are going to talk about contextual integration. The integration is going to be one of the hot topics for Zoho internally, and we are going to be putting a lot of effort in integrating our applications. We briefly touched upon some of these topics in the panel today, but I just want to expand on our take on what integration is. We call this contextual integration. But what really is contextual integration? Before even getting to contextual integration, I want to talk about context switching. What is context switching? Maybe we'll start with an example. Let's say you open your CRM system and you see a task there asking you to maybe email your customer about some agreement, maybe send an agreement to some customer. Let's say you have that task. What do? You have your CRM system. You close the CRM system, open your email application, or maybe open your document management system or your Explorer, and you're looking for your document. You find the right document and then go to your email, try to attach that. You switch the context 3 times. You're looking at your Explorer, you're looking at your email, you're looking at your CRM, and you're juggling multiple applications here. Wouldn't it be nice if everything that is related to a certain thing right there next to it, contextually? And that's basically the problem that we are trying to solve. So the context switching is expensive. So if you have to switch from one context to the other, one app to the other, you're trying to learn various things. In some cases, this context switching happens across 5 different apps and more than that based on the task you're trying to accomplish. And I believe, and in fact, we believe that context switching can be avoided if we can integrate the right places and the right actions contextually. And that's a core idea behind the integrations that we have been doing in Zoho. And throughout this session, I want to talk about various examples of how we are integrating, solving some of these problems. Of course, we haven't integrated everything in it, and it's going to take a few years to really get everything integrated. But I think we have a great start. And to give you some numbers, last year we have about 55 integrations in Zoho. That's more than one a week. So those are the kinds of integrations we have been working on. But I want to highlight a few examples, a few integrations like that. And let's start with maybe CRM inside email. Right? We live in email. And when you receive an email from the prospect, what do? Just copy the content, you go to your CRM system, input the data, and then repeat that over and over and over and again. So how can we avoid that? Well, there is a simple option within the email where you can add a customer just right there with a click or two without even leaving your system. Would it be nice? And that's basically what we added. If you're in Zoho Mail, you'll see a small add to menu there where you can just add the customer or whoever the sender is to Zoho Mail as a contact or as a lead with a single click. You can edit the contact right there. What if you want to assign a task to that or add a task related to that contact, reminding you to call that customer maybe at a point of time?
Doing that, can I assign a task to someone else in the company? Let's say I'm controlling the email, like, hey, I want to assign this task to my salesperson. Can I do that? That's one of the obstacles that I've been finding out.
Okay. I don't believe we have that. But that's definitely a good point.
We work together, like, hey, this email really belongs to you. Yes, send a task for you to look at it.
That's a good point, actually. So, in fact, we kind of kept it really simple way to add a task and just move on with your one. So we have taken a very simple approach, and probably should be adding more details where you can expand various details. Yeah, that's a very good point. So that's the first example. So without even leaving your system, you should be able to add content to your CRM system. Or it could be even the other way around. How about email inside the CRM. You've seen CRM inside email. How about email inside CRM? Because CRM and email, many salespeople really live in those two systems. How about they being integrated? In fact, we did just that. So we integrated Zoho Mail into Zoho CRM so that it's visible as another tab, and you can access your emails right there. And in fact, there are some other vendors who do this, but because we offer both applications, we are able to do some really tight integrations. We kind of discussed in the panel, and some of those include a few things like mail integration inside CRM. Certainly we can get the entire mail app available within CRM, but what if we have some interesting scenarios? Let's say you search for a contact, you view the contact, along with the contact details, what if you show all the email exchanges you had with that particular contact right there contextually displayed below the contact information without having to do anything? And I say anything, no CC, no BCC, none of that business. What if something like that if it can be done by simple configuration, a one-time configuration? And what if I say it will work on any email system that supports POP and IMAP? That includes Gmail or Zoho Mail or Exchange or any of these. And that's the kind of integration there. In fact, we have this mail integration that is really nice. As you see here, we have the contact information of one of a customer, and below you have the email exchanges I've had with that particular user. And I can click on the user, click on an email, view the email, respond to the email, or maybe I want to attach a document. I can attach a document from my desktop, it could be from my Zoho Docs account, or maybe even from your Google Docs account, and attach something and send that email out just in the same screen without even leaving the CRM system. That is contextual integration. We want to bring things together in a single screen. And in fact, there are additional things that we bring to the table with the email integration. What if you want to share some of those emails to your account rep, as we were talking in the panel in the morning? So if you're the sales engineer and you want to share it to the account rep, well, we have the share emails option where I can share my emails with someone else. So those are the things that are possible because we own both the email system as well as the CRM system. So contextual integrating all of these is extremely important.
I have a question. I've noticed that most often when I get leads that convert into a client, I don't make them a contact. I usually run everything out of accounts. And I've noticed that under leads and under potentials, you have that email.
Yes.
Under accounts, that email link is not available.
Yes. So
I would have to go into the actual contact and place it there. Is there any, in the future, do you guys have any plans to possibly put this? Because personally, I like to go into my account and just see all of the emails that have gone out to that particular account, regardless of who that contact is.
that's a great point. Now the email integration is associated with the email address. So you need to be a contact or a lead to really view it. Here we have a plan, in fact, it's in the closed roadmap, where we are going to add your domain instead. So any emails that you have from your company, that means the domain ending with @abc.com, and all the emails will show up with account, because account is all about company and the email exchanges with all the contacts within the company. So we have a plan to add that particular option in the email. And there are a few other things coming too. For example, sharing emails. Would it be nice if I can share email to a specific person within the company based on the profiles of the organization, based on various roles in the organization? That fine-grained detail is something that is also coming. So sharing accounts and all of that. So we launched this integration. We have seen great demand from our customers. Now we are enhancing on top.
Will there be any integrations being done for Mac? Because I've noticed that everything is really more Windows friendly. But say the mail in Mac is not. I use Mac all day long.
So you're talking about the local mail app?
Yes, because you guys have the add-on for the mail for Windows Outlook,
Outlook,
but
okay.
nothing for mail.
Yeah.
in Mac.
Frankly, I don't think we'll see anything like that anytime
Yes,
soon.
intentional.
Well, we kind of made a mandate and dumping Windows and moving to Mac all along. So when the company, 1,500 employees are going to move to Mac. So that's going to change. So obviously it's going to get higher priority. So we'll have to see how things go. But there are other important things like web-based integrations than native application integrations. So talking about these contextual integrations, I mean, if you notice, do you know that the CRM page, the contact page in your CRM has 10 different integrations with 10 different products? That actually is true today. Let me show you a few. I have a simple contact page. Let's say I want to set up a meeting with this person, or maybe share my desktop. All I can do is just go to more actions and say, meet now. Because the email address exists, you can directly start a meeting with the customer. Because we offer a web conferencing system, we are able to do this. And we have something called phone bridge, and where you can directly call the customer right from the CRM system. So it works with certain PBX systems. So the way it works is, it calls your landline first. After you pick up, it's going to call the customer. Or if you're receiving a call from your customer while you have the CRM open, it will basically show a small dialogue here saying that this customer is calling. You click on the customer name to go to the record of that particular customer, so that you can log the call right there within the CRM system.
What shows up on the client's call right when you use that?
When it's basically going from your system, we are basically tying up with your PBX system. You need to install a small piece of software inside your network, so that talks to your PBX on one side, and it's going to be your call ID. It's not going through the cloud. It's basically initiating from your network from the same.
And if we use a VoIP system?
We are yet to support a few voice systems. We currently have 4 PBX systems supported currently. We're going to be adding more. So that's the second integration. And the email integration. This is the third one, where you can see all the email exchanges right here. And I can expand any email, view an email, respond to an email, and I can attach a document, attach from Google Docs, all without leaving the CRM system. That's the email integration. And we have integrated Zoho support. If you have any pending support tickets, you can view that in Zoho support. We have integrated attachments, Zoho Docs, along with Google Docs. We integrated word processor, spreadsheet, presentation applications right here, so that you can view your presentations and spreadsheets and all of that. Campaigns, and we have integrated a few others as well. So from a single screen, you can integrate a lot of things. And Zoho Chat, of course, is at the bottom. You can chat with other people in the company. So those are some examples. Another extremely important example is Zoho Creator integration. You have your 10 or 15 different modules in your CRM. Let's say you want to add something else to your CRM. Let's say you want to create an app that basically calculates automatically the sales percentage of your salespeople. Let's say you want to do that. Well, wouldn't it be nice to create an app without writing a single line of code? That's basically what Zoho Creator does. And it basically lets you drag and drop a few fields. And if you are technically savvy, you can write a few lines of code. And we have some experts in the room like Pascal, who has been creating excellent applications and hundreds of applications in various places. And all of these applications can be created and you can extend your CRM system, and they'll be visibly. All those applications will be visible as another tab within the CRM system. Similarly, we have a project management system, and let's say you have a timesheet. You can directly create an invoice from the timesheet without leaving the project management system. You can automatically create an invoice. So similarly, you have a meeting. You have a presentation. Let's say I want to make this presentation remotely. Someone else is in New York. I want to start this meeting remotely. We can do that, and I can share my desktop with our Zoho meeting integration into projects. So these are some of these things. Or email with Office integration. When you have an attachment like a presentation, when I click on a presentation, it just shows up right there. And there are other vendors like Gmail doing these as well. Or meeting integration into chat bar. You might have seen the chat bar at the bottom. And how about starting a meeting right there with a single click? So there are several integrations like that. How about having an integrated task list I have my personal task list. I have tasks sitting in my CRM system. I have some set of tasks sitting in my project management system. Simply makes sense to have all the tasks related in a simple view. And that's what we do. So, and we also integrate with external apps. And we have something called Google email contextual gadgets. If you're a Google Apps user, and if you want to see some of the information pulled in from Zoho, we do that as well. Let's say you are using a Zoho accounting system or Zoho invoicing system, and when you receive an email from your customer, you can expand the email, and you will see something like this, where you can view the contact information of the user. You can view the unpaid invoices from that user, email history, the payment history, all within the email app. So this thing not only works in Zoho, but it also works in third-party apps like Gmail. Another example is EchoSend. We have a word processor, and let's say you want to sign an agreement with the customer. Without leaving the word processor, you can just sign an agreement to partnership with EchoSend. So these are the contextual integrations that we are talking about.
So we have an interest, because we actually use EchoSign in our business, and one thing we would like to be able to do is with the CRM system, have that automatically populate our document already, and then send that
Yes.
EchoSign.
There are some big plans for the document management system within the CRM. We have the Zoho Docs app. We have the entire Office suite. Simply makes sense to bring it in the CRM system, and we have good plans for that. And yes,
it's been asked quite a few times online about integration of invoice with CRM. Where is that? It was supposed to happen a year and a half ago, and it's kind of fallen by the wayside.
we have a product manager for Zoho books or invoice and accounting system, and I myself have been talking on that. We have an announcement coming later today that was the highest priority for our book system. Now that that is out, we are going to be focusing on the CRM integration. That is the topmost priority for CRM. So your CRM integration with books and invoice, do you want to add more?
First, I'd like to apologize for the delay as such. I'm sure if you have gone through our forums, and there could have been a lot of apologies for that. Enough of apologies, we have actually started working on it, and we actually underestimated the effort involved in the complexity involved in this integration, and we should have some good news.
So, what's the ideal scenario for Zoho? So I was talking in the panel earlier. All information should be pulled in from various systems and displayed, and as you were saying, common search bar so that you can search across all your data and do your BI, do your reporting using Zoho reports and with the data across various systems. Every information pulled in from various other systems. That's the ideal scenario. And that means you have to do a lot of work on the back end, a lot of integrations. We are doing that. As I said, integration is the priority. And in fact, we're going to be launching something called Zoho Contextual Gadgets moving forward, where when you open an email in Zoho Mail, your CRM information will show if there is a customer from CRM, some information from books, some information from invoice, some information from support, documents, and a few of that. Your customers' online presence from chat. All of that is being pulled together, and that's something that we are going to be talking about. So again, the contextual integration is all about user productivity, and that's basically our focus. And we are going to be talking about several integrations forward, and integration is a priority. Again, if I have to pick three, the integration, mobile will be the two priorities, and the third one is going to be social and a few others. So that's about the integration. If you have any questions, I'll be outside. Thank you.
I know on the announcement and entries that we go straight into the Zoho product announcements, but we're actually going to take just a little slight detour and allow some folks that have come from a very long way, from all the way from Colombia, to tell us a little bit about how they're using Zoho and how, as a partner, they're kind of driving forward the Zoho story to their clients. So I'd like to bring up David and Andreas from Forward, and again from all the way from Bogota, Colombia. So.
Right, good evening, everyone. Thank you for coming.
Oops.
It's not right.
Here is my partner Andres Garcia. We're here to present some of the Zoho applications that we'll be using with one of our clients. First of all, who's Forward? Forward is a company that pretty much does business solutions for small and medium companies, any kind of technological business solutions. So we're here to present once again some Zoho applications that we will be using with one of our companies. This is a company that we pretty much told them what Zoho was, and they were super excited about it, but they said, well, David, we have our own project systems. How are we going to integrate this with Zoho? So that's where we came on board and we said, okay, we're going to go ahead and just do an integration for you guys. We're going to develop an integration for you guys. So this is our company. It's going to be background. There's called Alpha. What we have on the left hand is just pretty much all the business people in the company, and then these business people in the company pretty much right behind this, where we have the users, is pretty much all the software projects, Zoho projects, applications, and then basically what we do over here is just we take one of the users and we just put it over here in the calendar, and then once we go to the calendar, the user will be able to go ahead and just click a milestone or click a list of tasks, or just go ahead and just click a task. Of course, right here, you guys see this in Spanish because we have the Olympics in Spanish. But once we create business, then we just go ahead and just name the time of name the project of the milestone, which in this case we're just gonna go ahead and call it test one. We put information, we say the initial the time that we're gonna start using the project and the duration, and then we'll just go ahead and click in the project or the task, and everything is being saved successfully. Click OK. And after that, we just go to the Zoho application, projects application, and then we'll just go ahead and see the test of the application. And then go ahead and click on test. And then we'll just pretty much see all the nodes that has been created. So at this point, we'll see the company that has their own project system, and then we'll see the Zoho applications all integrated. Go ahead and see what reports we have on those as far as that project. Go to the company. We just go ahead and generate a report of the project that we're working on. And then we get to see all the earned value analysis of the company, the performance, variance analysis, and the estimate of computation, just final projections. Then we go to the reports of Zoho, and we pretty much see everything that they've been working on, all the tasks that they've been doing, all the information that the project has done, and okay, that's pretty much about it. Andres, do you want to explain a little bit to detail, or just kind of summarize a little bit of?
The really important thing in this application is that all the information is getting from Zoho projects, and for example, we are using Zoho reports to storage all the information. Like we are using like a database. Also, we are using HTML5 just to build all the application. So, like in this case, we are using Zoho projects like the back end of the application, and just we develop the front end of the application using HTML5. So in that way, we can integrate different systems. For example, we can use Zoho projects for projects, or CRM to the customers, to use the customers, or we can use any other application. So it's enough.
How do you bring the tasks into the report section? Just as a web link?
Just using Zoho reports API. Using the APIs. We are using the APIs, and just we build like a robot, and this robot is just analyzing the public cloud and the private cloud. So any change that is in the public cloud, the robot detect that change and then is going to update the private cloud. In the same way, I mean, it's like a machine synchronizing both worlds.
So that's pretty much where we are. I mean, this is a project that just started like 6 months ago, and then we're about 60% done with the application, and then we'll see how that goes. But that's pretty much how we're using Zoho reports at this point, and then Zoho projects.
Here, for example, we have like milestones in this, in this row. And for example, if we want to drag and drop this owner, then we are assigning like an owner to the milestone. It's just doing drag and drop with HTML5. And that's it.
That's pretty much about it. We just wanted to share with you guys the experience that we have with Zoho and this company that their own pretty much project system, I guess, and that's where we are at this point.